Well, it's Friday, and that means it's time to take a look back at some of the highlights of this past week's discussions with our town's decision makers, and that happens on our daily Barnstable This Morning program. On Monday, July 12th, we spoke with Town Manager John Klim about the state of our town's libraries and a committee meeting he attended. It's my understanding that there was a meeting last week with the Library Commission that you held.
Yes, we had a meeting here at
Town
Hall with representatives from all of our 7 village libraries under the new direction of Chair Harvey Erlin to talk about the direction that we need to head in Barnstable and some of the challenges that each of our libraries face. While they are independent and independent nonprofits, each library does receive funding from the town of Barnstable, and they're running into the same types of challenges that all of our local communities face. So we wanted to have an opportunity to talk frankly with them, and that's what happened. They are completely separate, independent nonprofits, but all 7 serve their villages well. And as was mentioned, we do provide some public funding each year to all of our libraries.
And so, as everybody knows, in this day and age, we are having some financial difficulties. Was this the main topic of discussion?
It was, not only in a general sense. The Library Committee has been working on a new formula for distribution. And as you can imagine, anytime you get involved with who should get what amount of funding, there can be conflict. The formula that was devised helped some libraries and hurt others, but there was a major impact on one of the libraries, the Hyannis Library, which would have seen a significant reduction of funding. And the controversy over the last year has been kind of the dichotomy of some suggesting that the formula change was simply needed to address inherent deficiencies over the years, over decades. But there were claims from representatives from Hyannis that if they were to sustain the types of cuts that were being suggested in the formula, that they literally would be decimated, up to including in future years closing. So as town manager, obviously, I didn't want to hear that. But my experience in library management is non-existent, and so we did bring in an outside auditor with a tremendous amount of experience in library management to assist us, and there was an audit done, and the evaluation concluded that in fact the new formula would be devastating to the Hyannis Library. So much to their credit, the Library Committee has chosen to freeze the new formula for future consideration. And I thank them for being responsive to what would have been a very difficult situation for just one of the 7 libraries. But that brings us to the purpose of the meeting, and that is, where do we go from here? Each library, as an independent entity, is doing a individual master plan. And the question that was raised was, how do we reconcile the fact that there are 7 libraries with 7 master plans? We obviously want to make sure that there is collaboration going on, and there is a tremendous amount of collaboration, but we wanted to include that in the planning process, so that was the purpose of the meeting.
This week, we had an opportunity to talk with Airport Manager Bud Brielt and other improvements to the Barnstable Municipal Airport.
Last Thursday night, the Airport Commission approved signing a contract with Suffolk Construction for the construction of the new tower and the new terminal. Total of about $19.4 million for both projects for construction costs. And we're planning on, we are having a groundbreaking ceremony for the tower at 10:30 in the morning this coming Monday. So we're all excited. This has been 2 projects that have been a long time in the making, and for well over a decade for the terminal. So it's exciting time.
2 projects. Are you going to work on one and then the other, or will both projects be going on at the same time?
We'll actually start on the tower almost immediately after the groundbreaking, and we're thinking that right now, sometime mid to late August, we'll have another groundbreaking or ceremony to kick off the terminal project. And in that one, we're hoping that we can get someone from the governor's office to come to that ceremony as well to start that project. Both will be going on simultaneously for about a year.
Wow. If I'm standing at the airport rotary, where's the new tower going to be in relationship to the, let's say, the rotary?
Well, if you're standing at the rotary and you're looking at the current tower,
yep,
it would be about, let's say, 80 feet closer to you, but between you and the tower.
So the tower will be closer to the airport rotary. So you'll be able to build a new one while the old one is still in use.
That's correct, and it has to be completely certified by the FAA, both from a security point of view and from an operational point of view before we're even allowed to move into it. So the actual construction itself is maybe 7 to 8 months. It'll take us another 3 to 4 months just to get all the equipment in it and get it certified.
Is this new tower going to be a lot higher than the current tower?
Be about 20 feet taller, and that's one reason why we're able to build it where we are, so that you can be the old tower will not be an obstruction to the new tower, so that we can move in and sort of have both towers there for a short period of time before we tear down the old one.
And when the old Once again, the airport tower groundbreaking ceremony will be on Monday, July 19th. On Thursday, July 14th, the Centerville, Osterville, Marston's Mills Water Department issued a boil water order for the district. We spoke with James Crocker, a member of the Water Department Prudential Committee, about this order and what procedures were followed. He seemed satisfied that this was not a great cause for alarm.
We're down here manning the phones at an early hour trying to take care of our constituent base. We really apologize for this inconvenience.
Well, let's start with the basics, Jim. What happened?
Well, we have a process of testing for public well supply issues under the DEP mandates. There are 19 random samples where the water comes out of the ground, and then there are 10 after it goes through our COMM system. We detected a problem in one of them coming up from the groundwater, and none of them, absolutely none of them, through the COMM system at this time. Under that procedure, though, DEP requires that a public notice go out to all the users and that we proceed with the boil water issue. We will have a chance to have another sampling this afternoon, and we'll have some new news, and we will run late here at COMM to answer everyone's question. Everybody in the COMM system has been notified that the DEP requirements are for boiled water for direct consumption. So really it's whether you're Austell, Centerville, or Marston's Mills, or even parts of West Barnstable that we service, has no bearing. It's the entire district that is under this mandate from the DEP procedures.
I don't mean to minimize this, but isn't that a little bit overkill?
Well, DEP is very clear, and it's a public well supply process, and certainly we have been one of the highest-rated public well supply services in the state for a number of years, and we're following everything to the letter of the law.
Jim Crocker of the Prudential Committee COMM water system, is it too early to be able to discover why this particular well and none of the others was contaminated?
Well, there's a number of issues that affect the groundwater when it's being pumped like this. This is a high-demand year, which means that we're drawing a lot of water in from a number of sources. So sometimes there's movement on top of the aquifer layer, but there's a number of possibilities. It could even be, though, simply as the beacon that was used could be a contamination. So there's a number of issues, and we'll continue with the testing procedure at DEP level.
And it's entirely possible that or let me ask you the question rather than make a statement, is it entirely possible that because of the dry, humid conditions and the beautiful weather that we've been having, that people are using more water?
Oh, we know that by consumption, yes. We have that ability to monitor our consumption because we intermittently move our well supply system and our pumping system around on a hourly basis. So yes, that's absolutely what's occurring.
If you'd like to join us and watch the complete interviews, please go to www.town.barnstable.ma.us. Hope you have a good weekend. Thanks for joining us on Barnstable Today. I'm Len Gobiel.